right, in 5, 4, 3,
Cheap flights.
Cornbread.
How's it going, everyone? This is Frank Cavone, the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Frank Cavone, and you are watching episode 42 of the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast right here from outside at the Putnam Place. What's up, guys? How you doing today?
What's going on?
We got a very special guest. We have Anthony Richichi of Lock 9. You are one of the most, one of my favorite artists from around here, and you also play a huge role in Gem Fest. And even some one-off Gem Fest events. How you doing, man?
Yeah, great, man. Great. Enjoying the sunshine. Excited to be back with you guys. And yeah, it's going to be a good year, man.
Hell yeah, dude. And we have a lot to talk about. Gem Fest it is taking place July 20th and 21st, or 21st and 22nd?
Yeah.
21st and 22nd with the biggest lineup yet. A well-rounded lineup with some great, just some great people supporting and helping out with the event, like Anthony, like Brian, and a bunch of other people. And it is, to me, one of the festivals that has always been needed in this area, because this is a heavily jam-dominated area. At least I'd like to think, and I think that there needs to be more festivals and platforms like Gem Festival, like the Super Darks, that are giving the alternative, the heavy metal, the punk rock, a place to let loose.
Absolutely.
So, where did your journey begin with Gem Fest and Brian?
Man, so we met Brian at a concert. This must have been probably 2014 or 15 with Lock 9. We were playing with his band Iutica, they were called back in the day. And just with Lock 9 in general, we've always incorporated visual art into our live performances. And Brian, with his reach of venues, connections, sponsors, bands, we're like, let's make this team, come together here. I brought in all my visual artists that I know, my aspect of being a painter in general, and we wanted to just find a way to combine the visual with the musical. And Lock 9's been doing that for years, so it was just the perfect fit with Brian to bring in his crew, his connections. And we actually started Rock Gallery. They were called Rock Gallery before Gem Fest, and we did them right here at Putnam Place.
Really? No way.
Yeah, we did 4 of them in 2016, in the winter of 2016. Hung a bunch of artwork on the back wall here, 3 bands on the stage. We did 4 of those over the winter, 2016, and then we're like, we got to do this citywide somehow. And so we moved it to Glens Falls, and Glens Falls Entertainment and Music is the acronym for GEM, and we're going on 7 years now.
And you guys originally started as like you said, it was all over Glens Falls, New York.
Yeah. And we did a couple years. We shut down Glen Street one year. We were in City Park for a couple years. And yeah, we're bringing back that aspect of downtown Glens Falls this year. In the evening on Saturday night, we'll be hitting up 42 Degrees, Mean Max, Downtown Social. So we're gonna get the downtown scene back in it again this year.
Which is awesome. I mean, it's something that, you guys played a big role in helping boost the, the recognition for Glens Falls to have music and, potentially, other tourism for the town that normally wouldn't come in, which is what a town wants. And you guys are doing it while doing something that you like to do. I thought the move to the T-shirt factory was such a great idea. How did that happen?
Man, honestly, it was that was forced because of COVID. We, if we wanted to pull off another festival, this was 2021, we had to have crowd control. We had to have a way to tally who was coming, ticket sales, and kind of regulate crowd size. So we kind of just fell into that space perfectly with that courtyard area. We could just take people in, and it was solved right away. Our only hurdle. There were obviously other hurdles, but as far as regulating a crowd, which we had to do that time of in that time of the world there, they were just open arms for us to take that place over. So very lucky.
Nice, man. And Brett, you've also played a role in helping keeping the crowd under control.
Yeah.
And,
Technically, yes.
So what I mean, you have worked GemFest, and you get to see some of the people that come into this, just like Anthony. Like, what was it like that first time being on the grounds? Because I honestly was impressed. I was like, this is fucking legit, dude.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to remember how many GemFests I've done. I believe I started either 2017 or 18. For the sake of confidence, say 2018. So 2018, 2019. 18, I was basically just a doorman at Mean Max. And then 2019, Brian found a way to close down Glen Street, US Route 9.
Yeah.
No way.
And basically turned it into like the alternative version of a shakedown street. And it was kind of sweet. And I totally agree. The move to the Shirt Factory really added a more family atmosphere to it. I think it drew a bigger crowd. I couldn't tell you the numbers because I wasn't paying that much attention. I was too busy looking through every single bag that walked in and popping balloons and telling people that they can't bring their like cardboard kegs of Twisted Tea on the ground.
Yeah.
And,
There's a little bit of that.
Yeah, and trying not to be seen as unreasonable for saying that. But just seeing the growth from year to year is something that I really enjoyed. Like, obviously, I worked GemFest for the paycheck. Like, let's be real, I wouldn't volunteer to do it.
Yeah.
But I like seeing how it's progressed throughout the years, and I'm very curious to see how this format will go this time around. And I think it's going to be pretty fucking sweet.
It is, and what you're doing is working on what has already been, fully like established. And I think before we get into the expansion of Gem Festival, I just want to say that having the separation of the two selected areas at the T-shirt factory really creates a cool element, because you can kind of like, if you want to have a conversation with your buddy, you can walk to the other side. There's a bunch of great vendors that you guys have had religiously throughout the years, all the same dedicated people, plus new additional ones, and then and you guys keep up to date on what, like, and this is a lot of what you're involved with is that, and while not so much as an art, but like for me, like I thought it was really cool to see Poison Noises. I never knew what Poison Noises was, and then having the ability to like play a pedal right then and there, and like, and then watch his path go and become this huge fucking thing, but like, you guys have those two areas for Gem Festival, but now you guys also are working with Queensberry Hotel.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that, and for those who didn't know that this is going to be expanding, this is going to get a hell of a lot more exciting. So what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so this year we're kicking off the weekend on Friday night at the Queensberry Hotel. We're gonna have Capital Zen, Precious Metals, and Chestnut Grove are going to be all thrown down there. They just put on a massive expansion to the hotel. It's a giant ballroom area. So we'll be kicking it off, the inaugural opening night of Gem. To just be able to bring the atmosphere back to downtown while retaining that Saturday at the Shirt Factory is huge to just get more people involved. Queensberry Hotel has been a big sponsor of us over the years, and to be able to actually bring a stage there is going to be real exciting.
Hell yeah, and for those who don't know, if you travel with a dog, don't bring it to the festival, but you can bring it to the Queensberry Hotel. They are one of 5 or 6 hotels that I know off the top of my hands that allow dogs. And it's just a classic, beautiful hotel. And I love that they never gentrified that place. They I don't know if it's a historic building, but like you go in there, you feel like you're in a ballroom, even though you're at the fucking lobby of the place.
Yeah.
And you always get a drink chip when you stay there. So if you like to drink, you can't get a tequila sunrise. I've tried, but if you want like a good craft
you can get almost
beer,
fucking anything else though.
yeah,
they
give
got a couple
yourself some
bars
common.
there now.
It's one of the premier craft breweries up here. But so this year's, so what with that being said, what other things can people look forward to this year at this year's Gem Fest that they didn't experience the year before?
Well, this year we're also going to be bringing it back downtown. That was a huge aspect in the years past. It was almost like that pub crawl / concert crawl. You'd go to Mean Max and across the street for the next band at Downtown Social. Last year we ran the Shirt Factory till like 10, 11 p.m. So that'll be closing down at 8, right around sunset. And then the party's just going to shift to downtown, where we can stay 1:30, 2 a.m. making noise, whereas the Shirt Factory outdoors, you got to kind of cap that at 11. So we're kind of just expanding the reach back to the way it was in the years past. Now that a lot of the regulations with COVID have lessened, we can kind of stretch our wings again a little more. And I mean, those 3 venues downtown have been huge supporters from day one. I mean, Mean Max Brewery, they were, I think, our first sponsor in history. They were just jumped on how much money you need, come play here. We'll bring kegs. So those guys are phenomenal. So to bring a stage back to them, back to downtown, we're going to look to have some live painters there as well.
Awesome.
And it's just cool to see, the Shirt Factory is huge. It's going to be going from roughly noon to 8 p.m. That's kind of where the main party is. During the day, if you want to bring your family, if you want to see, shop all the artist tents, and then, the party's going to get down about 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock downtown stretch there. So, yeah, it'll be cool, man, to be able to just to stretch out a little more, to be able to get more bands involved. That opens us up for like a dozen more bands, with 4 more stages. So it's all about bringing the people and putting on a good show, man.
And there's this certain level of excitement, at least I feel, and maybe it's just my own like realization of some of the bands coming out of that area right now. But like hearing some of the band names like yours, Seas Atlantis, make their presence down to the capital region elsewhere, like I think this is a very like the tipping point and like a good, I guess like an entryway into Glens Falls' new golden age of music. Like, it's really cool. And like, how many people fucking want to listen up a word from Glens Falls? Like everybody voted for that. We didn't have anything to do with it. But yet you have Half Step, you have you guys, Seas Atlantis, Jason Irwin. I mean, like, that's really cool to see, man. And like you guys have majority of those names on the bill. And so go, do your justice, look up the lineup. It's so stacked that I can't remember every single one of them, and usually I can with these things, but I can remember the website. It's gemfest80k.com.
Yep.
Gemfest80k.com. Get your tickets. Great price. If you are you got family, this is a family-friendly event. I've seen groups of families sitting there with their lawn chairs. You guys allow lawn chairs, at least at the event space in the T-shirt factory, and hell, go check out some of the T-shirt factory shops. There's so many great ones, and the fact that I always loved about T-shirt factory is they provide great space for a low price for artists, and they know that it's a struggle, man. It's a fucking struggle. But before we get into some exciting news that is coming up for you, that and if we can't talk about it, we could totally, clip this out. But we like to always give like a little background on how our week's been, because we work in media, you work in art, and while like not every day, like you see a day in the life video, it's like sunshine and roses. Even though today we're sitting here milking for you guys.
So fucking hot.
I'm pretty sure there's a song written about it. We're burning for you right now.
In the best way possible.
So Fresh, how's your week been?
It hasn't been as hot as this, I'll tell you that.
It definitely hasn't.
But it's been going pretty good. We went skating last weekend, which is obviously a fantastic time. Able to hit down Albany, Empire Plaza. Haven't skated there in
it's been a while, man.
Quite a while, so that was fun. Also hit up the Blue Bank Skate Park, which I love that park. It's a really awesome park, but like everything's just so spread out. Like, and maybe it's because we were skating for like 3 hours before that. But like I took like one skate around the park and I was exhausted. Just like trying like going to hit the quarter pipe and then back up that ramp to do a trick. I was like, bro, that was all the energy
uphill battle,
I had.
literally. Yeah.
But it was a great time. I've been loving hanging out with the crew. Second close for Sylvia. Yeah. Excited for the next one out. We were planning on skating today. I'm about to call that.
Yeah, I'm about to
find the AC in my car immediately after this. But it's been a pretty good week. Besides that, working, editing. But not gonna talk about my editing. Other than that, how's it going with you, Brett?
Man, it's been a hell of a week. To those of you who don't know me that well, and that's okay, I turned 27 on Monday
happy
the 10th.
Belated birthday, my man.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, young man.
2 days of just straight college level drinking that I was not ready for. Sunday night, I went really hard. Then Monday, my birthday, I was hosting trivia over at Sully's which that was great. I had a hell of a turnout, which is weird. If you guys have nothing to do on Mondays, 7 o'clock onward, I'm hosting trivia at Bella Sully's East End of Glens Falls. Great home-cooked food. The home of the 23-ounce Fiddlehead, if you like craft beer and like a lot of it. And, dude, I had a special appearance by another local artist and one of my favorites, Val Jean. Valerie and Nick Genner came through, and while they were sucking ass in trivia, and I will say they didn't come in last, but they came in second to last, which is, hey, good on them. But between questions, Valerie drew a picture of Taylor and I together, my fiance, and it looked really fucking cool. I gotta say, it was just a quick, like those New York State quick draw lotto pencils, just whipped something out quick of me and her, and I really liked it.
That's
and
awesome,
now we're
man.
trying to see if we could find a frame for a 2.5 by 3 inch picture, which I don't know if those exist, but
You can always get like the bigger one with the black outline.
yeah, we might have to do that. Might have to mat it up.
Or
we'll
even
see.
take a picture of it with your camera.
Blow that baby
That's a
out.
higher megapixel camera. Yeah, expand that to 8 by 10, man.
I could, but I like the idea of having one really, really small framed picture.
That is kinda
like,
cool.
because everything I own, like especially I call it the podcast backdrop. All my posters at home are either 11 by 17, 18 by 24, and there's one 8.5 by 11.
Okay.
So I really like the idea of having a fucking 2 by 3 in there.
Mix it up. a
Just
little
like,
bit,
it's like, oh, what's that business card? That's not a business card. That's
It's an original
Val.
Val.
That is an original Val Jean. That is an original Val Jean sketch. So the plan is to hold on to that and see if it garners any value in the future, which I imagine it would.
Absolutely.
Other than that, dude, my week has been primarily learning how long hangovers last as you get older. I almost
Longer and longer each day.
yeah right. Monday. So
increases
yeah,
with
I
age,
had
yeah.
my last drink at 2:55 a.m. Monday night into Tuesday morning.
Beautiful.
My cousin Dave, Mirth Minute super fan, dropped me off at my apartment, and I dry heaved in his 2022 Camry, and he essentially
Attaboy.
said, and you know Dave, he doesn't raise his voice often, and he yelled, "Get the fuck out of my car!" And I said, "That's fair." Just spread it up.
At least it was dry. You know?
Yeah. The
God
good
bless.
stuff didn't happen until I made it to the shower. We're all good. But how about you, Frankie?
Not
beat
as
that,
eventful as
son.
that.
I know, right?
You know, I'm gonna throw the white flag out here, but
Dude, Mr. No Notepad today. He doesn't
yeah,
know
no,
what
I'm on
happened
the
this week.
stupid fucking cell phone. It drives me nuts.
We should
I hate
all
cell
switch
phones.
to.
I think everybody should switch to a flip phone.
Dude, yeah, let's all bust out the OG
I'm down.
clam
Kim
Let's
shell.
all break
Eaton,
our
the
phones
producer
on.
of Grappling
Yeah.
Greg, her and her husband switched to flip phones, and I'm super jealous. I
Yeah.
wish I could do
They're
that.
getting nicer.
So yeah, this week it's been not as fucking hectic. It's been good. Went over to Shroomies Game Store. It's a video game store that opened in Glenmont, New York, and it's super cool. I got to pick up a copy of Tony Hawk's Underground, and the place is fairly priced. The guy who owns it is a very nice owner, and I saw it, and I usually won't stop even if I see something I like. But I stopped. I was like, whatever.
They got
Especially with this whole DK Oldies thing. Like, I asked them, I was like, would you ever be interested in doing a video talking about not only your business, but also how what DK Oldies and places like that do, and how it could possibly affect a mom and pop small business video game store. And Anthony, I don't know if you have ever heard of DK Oldies, but they're basically this online store that sells old retro game systems, claims that they refurbish them, charge an up cost, and then people get their systems, they look like shit or they don't work. And there's actually a class action lawsuit out on them right now. And I'm not sorry for bringing this up, because if you are a business, you have you got morals.
Yeah,
man.
you have a
Like, fuck.
responsibility to at least
People
be
want to play
upfront.
Tony Hawk's Underground,
Yeah.
and they want to play it now, and they want their system to work. So I stopped in there, looking forward to potentially going down a road of checking out all the mom and pop shops and doing like a little tour of each one of them.
Hell yeah.
Had one of our newest Mirth team members over, Amy Clem, to do some brainstorming about some other upcoming products. We are really trying to go more video centric and not so much article shit. So like we're trying to replace everything our way of thinking with these videos, and because we are Mirth Films, so it's been cool to like brainstorm and feel like something is going to happen. Because sometimes when you brainstorm, you bounce the ball off the wall and then it gets shot into the road and it never happens, you know?
Yeah.
And then you got 10,000 ideas and you get overwhelmed. So we got a huge team now. Shout out to Amy. Also took advantage of the nice weather this week, went to Shelving Rock Falls. The first place I ever sunk a drone was Shelving Rock Falls. It was right around like March. And it was a DJI Phantom 3, had no idea what I was doing. Shouldn't have been there flying, because that is I would consider that like a black diamond of flying a drone, because you got to fly up and out and like you got to cut your way up in between the trees. It's not easy. And so I went and I was so happy to get some of the shots I wanted in like 2017 that I never got before. And right now's a time where it sucks for shooting nature because it's all bare ass trees, and if the moon's out, you can't get any star shots. So waterfalls are always a great option, and we have tons of them with easy trails to do, like Shelving Rock Falls. I wrote a song about a year ago that I finally recorded, and felt like I had the set to do. Just because I didn't feel confident in myself with the song, and I got my opinion from a couple people that I love music-wise. I sent them the song. They're like, "Yeah, man, you have something there." So that felt good, and it's weird like how relatable this song is to my life currently.
No way.
It's like I wrote it and it happened.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
You know, like it happened. You know, and then also, just something random that happened last night. I was the victim of being called out on doing a kickflip.
Oh.
On my way to go get a bang at Cumberland Farms. This kid, I'm like pushing, and this kid's like, do a kickflip. And I was going to just bust out a 653, but I was like, I'm gonna act like I didn't hear him. So I just kept on going. Skated past this kid.
Really defending your title of Kickflip Frank.
I know, dude.
If you see me do a kickflip, that would be the day I would highly suggest going and betting on the lotto numbers that night, because the odds of me doing a kickflip are very rare.
I mean, I've seen you do at least a kickflip before in the past, maybe a couple.
Like my life flashed before my eyes when that kid said that, because I started thinking to myself, I was like, really, how many times have I done a kickflip? And like, I've done probably like 50, 60 times, but like, I think I've done switch flips, like fake frontside flips, fakey frontside flips, like all more consistently than I've ever done a kickflip, which makes me feel like I should actually try to put effort into skateboarding this year.
You could.
Like doing that 180 manual at the plaza that day was like very like off the cuff for me, because I was not in skate mode, I was in film mode, and I was like, fuck it. I was wearing mountain shoes and I was skateboarding around, and
I love the mountain shoes.
It was great.
You gotta make that a staple.
I am gonna try to Walmart $20
Like, I love that you're
mountain
not
shoes.
wearing mountain shoes right now.
It's an oxymoron, you know, one shoe on, one shoe off type of guy. Other than that, we're plugging the YouTube channel. Like we said, we're trying to force these videos down your throat.
Yeah.
So go and subscribe to YouTube if you haven't already, and you can also, listen to these on YouTube podcasts and iTunes and Spotify. These episodes premiere Wednesdays at 7 p.m. But other than that, like, you had some great news, Anthony, and something involving your artistic ability with downtown Glens Falls. Is there anything you'd like to share about some exciting news that you'd be doing soon?
Yeah, so I can't give all the details, but the city of Glens Falls hired me to do this giant art piece that's actually headed overseas to Japan.
Oh.
So it'll be permanently displayed at a city hall over in overseas in Japan.
Do you know what city?
So, it might give it away, but this is coming out next week.
Okay.
Saga City.
Saga City?
Saga City, Japan, yeah.
Nice. How did that happen? How did it come
that's
about?
amazing.
Man?
So it's through the sister cities. I don't know if anyone has heard of that. It's the 35th anniversary of a partnership with Saga City, Japan and Glens Falls, New York. Each year, either the mayor from Japan will come here, exchange students will go back and forth, we exchange gifts. It's like this kind of international partner friendship, to learn about cultures and whatnot. It's been going on since the 80s. And yeah, they hired me. Each year we kind of give them a gift. They come over here, give us a gift.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm doing this, we'll just say Adirondack chair is going to Japan, right in City Hall there. So yeah, it'll be cool. I've been working on that past couple weeks or so. A lot of hot air balloon themes and City Hall themes.
Gotta have the hot air balloon
and
Oh, yeah.
They do a big balloon fest over in Saga City.
Dude,
So
really?
That's
Fuck
kind
yeah.
of how the partnership started.
I really like
that's
that
crazy.
people not only create your own art, but people commission what you do and fully want your artistic style. You know, like
It's fun as hell, man. I mean, like I never went to art school. For anyone looking to be an artist out there, you don't necessarily have to go. Just work your ass off. Draw 12 plus hours a day. I mean, I've been on that regimen for like 12 years now, and so my hair's all white and shit. But it's like, you just gotta dedicate yourself to it, man. And as long as, like you said, you stick to your style, like you guys just do what you love. You kind of, you gotta, as an artist, you gotta have a little bit of selfishness where you just want to do what you love. You want to put out your vibe into the world, and chances are more than not, a lot of people are gonna like that vibe. So if you stay true to yourself, man, it's cliche, but that's how you find a career doing what you love. You know,
Dude,
Definitely
that's
seems
killer,
to,
dude.
Have paid off, because I know I saw that you actually did some work for what was it? The Spider-Man Into
Some
the Spider-Verse.
Marvel stuff.
it's
Yeah.
so sick.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I worked on a couple projects with Marvel, in their trading card, like their merchandising line. I worked on WandaVision set.
Fuck.
And Into the Spider-Verse.
Sorry, I love it.
Dude, WandaVision's nasty, right? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. So it was dope. So yeah, they send me a bunch of blank trading cards with Marvel on the back and hologram and shit. Autograph the back and then paint images on the front. So I did 40 for Spider-Man and 45 for WandaVision.
Holy shit.
Oh, so they're all
Dude.
like custom made. So it's not like you have to send in your design and they print it. It's all.
Yeah, you get like an original hand-painted,
That's crazy.
hand-painted
That's
card. Yeah,
fucking
so those
dope.
are with Upper Deck.
Upper Deck.
Yeah, you remember the Upper
dude.
Deck, baby?
Baseball
Baseball cards.
card, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, dude.
Upper Deck. Yeah, so they're worldwide now.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, it was exciting as hell, man. I've worked with Upper Deck on a couple sets.
How did that happen? Like how do you get connected with like? I mean, the people who make some of the most valuable baseball cards known to man.
Man, so I'd seen at the Comic-Con actually right in town here, Saratoga Comic-Con.
Such a good one.
Yeah, check it out next month. There were a couple artists there that drew for like Dynamite Entertainment. They're a comic company, like Vampirella, Kiss, Fallout, the video game. Did some trading cards for them, and I was looking at them, and I'm like, I could draw that. I can draw like this. I can do those. Dude. So I went home that night and emailed the company and was like, look, I'm buddies with a couple people you've had in your sets. Here's my portfolio work. I can hit a deadline easy if you got any openings. And that night, they booked me for Vampirella Kiss. I did 10 cards for an official Kiss set. Fallout the video game, Red Sonja, and a couple others. So once I had those under my belt with those sets, Upper Deck was, I remember them since I was like 4 years old. So I went on their website. They have like a little submission kind of email. I rooted around there and just sent out like 3 or 4 emails to different reps at Upper Deck. And I was like, look, dude, kind of cold calling them, but I'm like, I've been drawing these sets, man. I'd love to draw for Upper Deck. And they hit me up like a week later to do it for their Goodwin Champions set.
Dude,
And I was in that with fucking Humphreys McGee, baby. I don't know if anyone knows Humphreys McGee out there.
They fucking better.
Dude,
They gotta learn.
Hell yeah, dude. Check them out, Humphreys, if no one's heard of them. But they were in that set with myself, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Wayne Gretzky, Tiger Woods, and me and Humphreys.
All the greats.
Yeah, all the greats. Yeah. all the greats. So you can
dude.
get our autographs and that shit. But,
So, hear me out here. Would you be open to making Mirth Films trading cards?
dude, I'm in.
Hear me out times
I'm
2.
in. Yeah.
We have an a trading card battle. Anthony Richichi, children's book author.
Woo!
Marvel's freelancer against John Hughes, our intro animator, the Classless Bastards animator, former U.S. Census taker.
U.S.
Goddamn.
A battle of
Yeah.
the trading
That's
cards,
That's
dude.
some- that's
I'm
some
down.
credentials
Think about
right
it, dude.
there.
I'm down.
I'm bored.
We have,
already.
and then we leave it up to the crowd. Whoever gets more buzz gets. I don't know. Maybe we'll give them some money or something. But then we sell the cards, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
Profit.
we can do some cards. We
But
can get a
dude,
nice
a card-
card.
a
We'll
card
do it for
off.
charity.
Yes. What charity?
Wild in the trees.
Wild in the trees.
We need some money.
Totally a
Done.
charity,
Consider it
dude.
done.
Let's do that.
No.
Let's have
That'd
a
be
card
awesome.
off. I'll talk to John immediately after this. I don't know what else he's doing right now. He's actually I know he isn't doing as much work except like the retainer I have him on for Classless Bastards, but I think the only other work he's doing is he's become a certified ESL teacher.
Nice.
What
So
does that mean?
English is a second language.
Well, I praise him, man.
So,
get out
dude,
there.
let's get him-
Don't be
dude.
behind your computer the whole time.
Trading card
Jesus
contest.
Christ, dude. I think
It's the
Sweet.
core four.
yeah.
The
Let's do it.
Classless
up,
Bastards, myself and Nick Bull, the Kinda Live, Kinda Living crew themselves, Frankie and Doug.
That's it.
And then I don't know. Yeah, let's.
Chief Flights of Cornbread.
Yeah,
Play some cards.
But
Dude, that would
think
be
of the
great.
possibilities. You got refractors, autographs, and shit in there.
dude. Maybe put some holographic.
Yeah, dude.
Holographic,
Dude,
yeah.
fuck first gen holographic Charizard.
Fractals. Yeah.
Yeah. Who,
Holographic
Perfect cards
Mirth
to look
Films.
at while you're
who wants a
chipping face.
holofractal Mirth Films card, baby?
I want a
I
holofractal
do.
Mirth Films
You should
card.
try to reach out to like the Grateful Dead, man. Like in all
right.
honesty, like
Dude,
there's a pin designer named Danny Steinman who fucking just kind of like you, like is able to get this commissioned art through these bigger names. I mean, I know those motherfuckers need like posters. Like, dude,
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
make a shit ton of posters.
Oh, yeah.
Money off posters because these book ass motherfuckers will go out and buy them and blow their whole life savings on it. Like, not even being a jerk about it, but like a Pollock
But kinda
like
being a jerk
fish
about it.
poster for like $5,000 on mine.
Dude, yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I mean, why not? You know?
That's one of my goals or one of my ambitions is to do like a poster for like Tool or like Humphreys
I
or
feel like it's
Primus
easier
or
than you would
something,
think,
know?
man.
Dude, Tool
Humphreys,
seems
like
the
hit
most
up
fitting.
Humphreys. Like I bet
Yeah,
hitting
yeah,
them
yeah.
up, like their contacts are available online. You
Yeah,
know, they're an
absolutely.
easy reach out.
Yeah, definitely a goal someday is to see that go to print.
Hell yeah,
Fucking
Lock
sweet.
9 opening up for Humphreys McGee.
Yeah, Gemfest 22.
So we have to talk about Lock 9 though, because you guys won the Listen Up Award. You guys recently played a not recently, but like in recent times, played a huge show at the Chance Theater with Trapped, and you guys get out there and you're not stuck in Glens Falls. What's it like to have this whole balance of everything you're creating, and is it different? Are you straying away from your style to allow for more creativity with the other band members? Like what's the motive with that, with Lock 9?
Man, first of all, they're just super welcoming and accepting of everything I do as an artist visually, even so far as to, design the merch, to design the posters, to, there's a lot of elements to Lock 9 that they definitely opened the door for me and just let me have that. And I think that's made it for me super easy to kind of switch gears, when I gotta do like these book readings, with Saratoga Springs Publishing, where I'm sitting there entertaining a third grade group of children, and then at night I'm, cutting the sleeves off and, painting fucking this wild shit on stage with Dustin, acting like a maniac, smashing up artwork, and we're just throwing down. Like, it's a blast, dude. They, I think the freedom is what makes it feel just super natural. We're going on 10, 11 years now with Lock 9, so it's just like another, man, they're brothers,
Yeah.
and they support the hell out of me. And we're able to, find these avenues to do these bigger shows with these national touring acts at the Chance. We've played there 4 times now, and we just did the Rock Gallery at the Chance, or at the Wood Theater in Glens Falls. It was their first rock show they've ever had there.
Wow.
So it's cool to break down some barriers and to keep feeling that there's this desire for metal and kind of. We do a lot of live painting on stage, a lot of like costumes and props, and I'll have these paintings on stage. We'll have 1 or 2 designated for Dustin to just like headbutt his head through and wear like a necklace or just smash into pieces. And we had one guy run up on stage, threw a 50 on the stage and then snatched the broken art and ran off back into the crowd. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, you deserve it. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's dope. Yeah, we had people, every show people will come up and ask for pieces of the art, that we just made.
That's amazing.
And so it's cool to feel like there's another added element that people can ultimately just take something home from the show. I mean,
Right.
tickets nowadays, people remember collecting their ticket stubs. It's like everything's in the fucking phone now and digital.
it. Yeah, no,
so there's like nothing
I used to have an envelope full of
Yeah,
this
dude,
stuff.
same.
I used to
still
hang
got
it up.
it,
I
man.
have no idea where to hang it
Yeah.
up anymore, but
Oh
I'm
my
not
gosh.
curing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Like, I'm not going to take a screenshot and then print that
Yeah,
out.
yeah, it's a bummer sometimes, man. So like the posters, I'll design a unique poster for every show we do. I've been doing that since our first shows at South Street in Glens Falls. These little 8.5 by 11 little printouts along the bar top, and now we're doing these posters for theaters and shit. So it's cool to just have them over the years to see the progression of everything.
Well,
you
shit,
know?
dude. That makes me have to ask. You said you've been doing this for the duration of Lock 9 as a band.
Yep.
Has it become any harder to run out of ideas for like each gig, or?
Honestly, not really, man. We do a lot with the Keyhole. I'm self-promoting here, I guess. That's all I wear is fucking Lock 9 shit anyways. But we do a lot with the Keyhole, you know? So there's a lot of elements with just that shape that you can pull from. I try to incorporate a little too from the venue we're playing.
Yeah.
Incorporate a little bit of that to it. I put the date in there, so like the Roman numerals. I've been on this Roman numeral kick with the date, but you can just do a lot of, a lot of different shit with it. I feel like I have a lot of people ask like the whole, like artist block, and I don't know what it is, man, but I feel like I need like 3 or 4 body doubles to just fucking get all my ideas out, because there is just
understand that,
there's never a lack of that. It's almost more of a frustration that I can't get all my ideas out, you know,
Seems like you got a lot going on.
sun goes. Yeah,
you do
A
like
whole lot of aspects to it.
yeah.
it's the worst. It's like you set out your day and you're like, oh, I got this, and this, knock off the list, and then by the end of the day, you got 7 other things.
Yeah,
and
they
you're
all
like,
come out. It's dope,
what the
dude.
fuck just
I
happened?
love it, man.
That's like that as a business owner drives me fucking up a wall. Because like you want to be creating your passion stuff, but like then you got your paid gigs too. You got to worry about, and it's just a fine balance. And I think sometimes people accept too much sometimes, and it's like, yeah, you put yourself in that hole, you know. Like, but in this aspect, I mean, there's like books we have of at this point of ideas that hopefully will never go to the graveyard, but it seems like a lot of them might be.
I gotta scroll pretty far down.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And then but man, you're doing a lot of great things.
Thanks, brother.
You seem to do well at being able to handle it all too, and props, man. Golf
Thank you,
clap
dude.
for that.
Thank you.
Dude,
Getting
big golf.
I
Yeah,
was-
that's a
appreciate
total
it.
golf.
Woo!
Wait, I gotta ask one more question.
baby.
Why the children's book? Like, I saw that at the Rock Gallery
Yeah.
under your assumed name, Anthony Richichi.
Richichi.
Ricky.
But
Close. It's
see, but
Italian, that's all good.
CHCH.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what makes me think like,
Yeah.
I see. This is
Like
for the
Chi-Chi
people.
salsa.
This
Yeah.
is for the people who don't know who you are. But why? What made you want to go in that direction? Because that's for what? How cool and abstract and Tool-esque and like all that cool, borderline creepy shit. It's very impressive to see you go in the direction of a children's book. But why?
Man, so honestly, it started pretty innocently enough. I just left my day job just a few years ago, and I was just fishing around for just illustrative work. And I got passed along this ad from Saratoga Springs Publishing. They were looking for illustrators, and I love drawing anything, you know, whether it's something gory that's going in a horror movie, or a comic book character, or like a cat for my niece, you know, because she likes cats, whatever. So I'm all about just creating. And I was like, we all familiar with children's books. You know, I was coming from a background of drawing comics, where you got like 6-7 panels on a page sometimes, like a lot of intense action, and then you look at this kids' books, and it's just like this puppy playing in a kiddie pool, and it's like, I could draw that in like, you know, a fraction of the time it would take for me to crank out this comic book page. So it seemed something that I could grasp really easily, you know, something I feel like I could really get my teeth into this and kind of crank these books out. And sure enough, it pays enough for me to leave my day job. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah, so I'm like, man, it was like the best of both worlds. Some work that I can do very easily, and you know, chilling on the couch. I use Procreate. Any illustrators out there, Procreate's a phenomenal tool. So I'm able to keep my style, not sacrifice, you know, the way, you know, things are gonna look, not looking cheesy, you know, still gonna look illustrated and like my work. So I'm like, this is a no-brainer, man. So I did the first book, Jack, about this little barn cat. Did it in, a fraction of the time. The publishers gave me deadlines for, like, they all laughed when I told them I can get the storyboard done in 2 weeks. So I'm like, if that's out of the, if that's out of the ordinary, man, like, sign me up for more, because, and I've done 14 of them since 2020.
Holy
Awesome,
shit,
man.
Yeah, that's
You
awesome.
get to work with great people too, like
Dude.
Julie Chapman.
Oh my
from
God,
Spectrum
Julie
News.
Chapman. Shout out to Julie Chapman.
Yeah, shout out Julie. I used to see Julie like 4 days a week at like 5 in the morning at and while I was working at Spectrum News in the Master Control Unit, and that would be my lunch break.
Yeah.
So she'd be walking in to get ready for her morning shift, and she would always be had a great attitude
She's awesome.
towards life, and made it worth being there for that fucking miserable time,
Yeah.
And like I didn't, like when I saw you guys come together, I was like, that's so sick, man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Oh, she's the best. Yeah, her book, Witches, Bats, and Mystical Cats, this book of poems, Halloween poems, won 6 National Book Awards last year.
No shit.
Fuck
Congratulations.
So,
dude. Awesome.
thanks, dude.
Dude, that's a fucking golf clap, bud. Let's go.
So it's like, that was my 3rd book I drew with her. Vicky Adesso Dodds, the publisher, phenomenal creator, publisher, human being in general. She's awesome. And she's just facilitated this whole career for me with kids' books. And it's a blast, man. I have 2 little nieces, Olivia and Mabel, and I get a signed copy to them every time, and they're
That's
all
awesome.
excited and shit. So I drew my one niece, Olivia, and she's a character in Color World, my one story that I wrote. So just that aspect of, if you do the work, but then what's like the kind of the ripple effect of the work, For me, it's getting to like share it with my nieces and shit, show up at a school and talk to all these kids about art, and it's a fucking blast, man. It's such a blast. So there's just a lot, like you said, the Tool-esque, the creepy shit, the horror movies I work on, like it's so refreshing to just dial it down, at certain points, and just have fun a little and draw cats and dogs, man. It's fun, It's like, you gotta lighten
good.
it up a little sometimes,
Yeah,
Makes
I mean,
sense.
no, congratulations,
Thanks,
man. Props
brother.
on everything.
Thank you.
I'm gonna cut it to just some Putnam Place shows just to promote what's going on here. First of all, 420. Well, it would have already happened. But big shout out, anyways, to Hallelujah Hat Trick. It is Laura Lee Band mixed with Hilltop, cool side project where they play Grateful Dead music. And they smoked them because they had them, and it was 420. So great show. Man, I hate having to talk past tense. But other than that, I would say April 28th, you got Jim Cotta with Han Solo. Definitely a good show to check out. And then also May 4th, we got Spafford right here at Putnam Place. And then also May 5th, Start Making Sense, premiere Talking Heads cover band. They literally do it to a T. That whole show, that's what they replicate. Was the show that you showed me. They're like, is that what it was? The Stop Making Sense tour, Brett?
Oh yeah, my favorite live album of all time.
So if
Yeah.
you want to experience that,
Oh my
come
God,
here
yeah.
May 5th, and it's Cinco de Mayo. Have a couple shots of tequila, and drive home. If you're not drunk. If you're drunk, then definitely
Just walk around
This-
and
yeah.
sober up
What the
downtown.
fuck?
Yeah, this has been a PSA from Mirth
definitely
Films.
call an Uber. Definitely.
Just do anything except get
Drinks.
stabbed outside.
Yeah,
of
don't
gas
drive
stations.
home. Yeah.
Do not drive home if
Bad
you've been drinking,
segue.
please.
But other than that, we're just gonna get into what we've been watching and listening, just because we're Milton right now.
Yeah.
First, I'm just gonna go down the line. First off, what I've been watching recently was some Gifted Hater videos that came out. There was a Burl versus Austin Gillette.
Dude, it was a good one.
Good episode, and ends greatly. I don't want to give it away,
Yeah.
but Gifted Hater got copied pretty much. Listening, I've been listening to some Fish, which I haven't done in a while, but as warm weather comes, that just seems to be the thing, and I cannot wait and go out and see a show this summer out in Syracuse and just have a good time. And also, I've been listening to some Mo. Mo just announced their summer tour, so go check out the tour dates. And then Giant Panda Gorilla Dub Squad, I believe they're also playing Memorial Meltdown. Great, like, dub music, really good. You would like it. Brett, you would like. Everybody would like it here. And then JJ Gray and Mofro was
Yes.
the band that I could not
Wait.
figure out from last week that I like,
Yeah.
that you showed me.
Yes.
They got a
Yes.
great. They got
Yeah,
a great.
that
some
song.
The
great
Orange
tunes.
Blossom.
The original song that was going to be the Classless Bastards intro was originally going to be that opening lick from Your Lady, She's Shady.
Okay.
That fucking lick is killer.
Great. Seriously, great band. And then playing, I finally got into playing some Xbox. I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is available on Game Pass. Open world game, so much fun. If you like looting, I highly recommend it. And it's a great follow-up to Origins, which is my favorite Assassin's Creed game. Not as good, but still, like, if you want that gameplay style, it's there. And then Tony Hawk's Underground. I got through the first level yesterday.
Dude, I love that.
So good. Like, I've watched every single cutscene, and like,
Yeah, dude. Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
there were certain parts in like of the game that I found so difficult as a kid that I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't do
I
that.
got this
So,
shit.
you know, like,
Oh,
so
my
picked
Lord.
up that and picked up Tony Hawk's 3. I just recently played Tony Hawk's 3 on my computer, but I'm gonna play it again on the Xbox just to play through. I don't know, it's skate season, man. I'm feeling it, and so just trying to keep my mind in that mindset, watching new parts, trying to stay up to date, which by now also Kind of Live, Kind of Living podcast episode 1 would have already happened, so go and check that out. And we might even be making micro content from that. I really liked how you used to like cut the mini clips. So Kind of Live clips might be making
Guys, see if I remember the password for the YouTube.
it is simpler.
so
It
long.
is simpler than you would
It
think.
probably
So,
is. It probably is. Computer's probably still logged
re-
into it somehow.
Yeah, literally requires no other further login information than the Mirth Films. So, down the line, Doug, what have you been consuming?
I'm up next. I'm on to season 4 of Stranger Things.
Awesome.
Dude, I don't know why it took me so long to get into it, but like, tis a good show. Tis a good show. Very creepy, very creepy. Other than that, I mean, yeah, I haven't really been, haven't had time to watch too much else, but YouTube is always a great place for any sort of content. I've been trying to watch this one video about the outer bounds of video games. I don't know why. It keeps coming up on my, suggested, and I'm just like, one of these days, I'm gonna watch you. Somebody watched that, in my car before work today in the nice cool AC. Other than that, I've been listening, I'm just still trying to expand my YouTube music library. So just trying to find, start a radio on, one song and then telling it I like this. No, never play that for me again. So, I mean, that's been pretty fun, listening to Art Bell podcasts, same old things.
Nice, man.
Doug's doing the same things. What about you, Brett?
God, dude, I've probably spent most of this week re-listening to the Classless Bastards podcast, trying to figure out where the fuck I went wrong. And also just trying to think about what talking points I thought mended well and what points didn't. By the time this episode comes out, we will have already shot and possibly have had the Nikki Chaos episode uploaded. So that part should be fun. So yeah, rewatching my old work and trying to lick my wounds from last week and be better. And then aside from that, been watching a lot of this channel, Real Life Lore.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they're very just, the guy's voice is quite monotone. I hate the way he pronounces a lot of words, which is something that pisses me off greatly. But sometimes he's right. The country I thought was pronounced Belarus is actually Belarus. He was the person to teach me that there's 7 recognized ways to pronounce Qatar, such as Qatar, which I did not realize because it's spelled Qatar. Music-wise, on the way here, listened to 50 Cent's The Massacre, just the first CD I ever got as a child.
That's a big one.
Dude, yeah, that was a hell of a
50
CD.
Cent,
It's a hell of a first CD to get when you're a young man.
Yeah.
But that's really been about it. I haven't really played any video games as of late. What about you?
I played Grid. Grid,
nice.
the 2019 version. Sorry about that.
What about you, man?
Dude, watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they got a pretty dope podcast. I'm not
yes,
sure.
they do.
Yeah,
I've
they got a
listened
pretty
before.
sweet podcast. They'll go over different episodes and shit. So I've been watching a whole lot of that lately. Umphreys has a new album, Asking for a Friend, came out last year. Fucking killer album, top to bottom. So I've been listening to that on the daily. Yeah, a lot of the usual Deftones. I can always go on a good Deftones kick. Yeah, man, and we're working on new material with Lock 9, so beating those songs to death, listening to them, lyrics and shit that we're putting together. So, Yeah, a lot of I get in my circles where I'll just geek out on like Always Sunny podcast for fucking, and watch that for hours. And but yeah, man.
And that's cool too, like finding a podcast that's already been like around for a while and then like having that back catalog to just like
definitely.
binge,
Definitely. Yeah, I'm a big podcast dude. When I make art, I love podcasts on in the background and shit.
Question.
Yeah.
And this is a thing for me, unless I'm editing video where I need to listen to something.
Sure.
I can't get shit done if it's silent. Like I need to be listening to a
Same here,
podcast,
100%.
like a live show, something to like,
Yeah.
because like I'll just like start thinking too much. And like my mind is like distracted from nothing.
Definitely.
I don't know, man.
No, I'm
Yeah,
the same way.
especially painting. If I like canvas, I don't know, illustrating. I feel like maybe a little more quiet, like I won't crank stuff up. But if I'm painting and I'm just gonna get into this piece, like I'll fucking concert volume Deftones, and for like 5 hours. And yeah, there's something about just the movement and the music, just kind of sets the mood you're in, So yeah, I always listen to music.
Hell yeah,
while I
man.
make art and podcasts and.
Well, go and check out Lock 9, all on the social platforms. GemFest ADK. Get your GemFest tickets July 21st and 22nd, right in downtown Glens Falls. And also, you can listen to this podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can watch it on YouTube every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And stay tuned on information on our website, mirth-films.com, where you can also go and check out all the live music news, concert reviews, fun blog content, and some interviews that we have coming out. Because it's that time, man. Get outside, take advantage of the weather, follow the golden rule, and don't be an asshole. And Brett, what do you got to do, man?
Don't leave a pint of Stewart's Crumbs Along the Mohawk in your car if your car is all black and doesn't have air conditioning.
Oof.
Don't do that, but I got to give a food recommendation. This sponsorship kind of turned into a food recommendation thing now. I think I'm going to just start recommending shit that I eat every week. Jersey Mike's. You want a good
Lost me.
sandwich? Fuck Subway. I'll tell you. Jersey Mike's, their bread's good, and that's what matters the most. And you got to have a
I gotta argue that, dude. When I was out in California on the road trip, dude, we're driving all day, stopped at Jersey Mike's, and like I'm a pretty picky eater, so I was like, all right, there's not too much on this menu, but I was like, all right, give me the Cajun chicken. Dude, they gave me like some beef and peppers shit. I was like, bro, like how, like, dude, we're the only two in the store.
There's
How
two-
do you
there's
mess
two
up?
words.
Those are the California ones.
Yeah, those are the
I
California
mean,
ones.
I don't know.
We do it differently.
If you like a good
Come on,
sub
California,
that,
Jersey
that
Mike's.
feels
Why
like
don't
a
you have meatballs, bro? Where's the meatball sub?
It's a Jersey Mike's. Go to Subway for that.
Ooh.
Get turkey. That's what you're supposed to get. And the Mike's way, man. That's really it.
Well, we're different sandwich people.
Absolutely.
So, on that note, stay hydrated and smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them.
Love
Mike's
you guys.
way.
Peace.